Hello, Janis King here from Tarot Reading London. Happy New Year 2023. I just read this post on Facebook that said things that Brits can't believe: how dark it is, how cold it is, and how it's a new year already. It's the same thing every year. None of us can believe it's, oh my God, another new year. Thank God it is, though. It's been such a tough time, hasn't it, guys? We've been through what feels like a sort of a battering. It's been going on for years now. And we're being asked in this reading for the coming month of January, the beginning of the new year, to really find our strength. Now, it doesn't look like we're going to be exactly coming into a miraculous new scene of fluffy bunny positivity. We're being told that we're going to need resolve moving forward. As always, I took 4 cards to guide us through the month ahead. So, while I hope you're not nursing too bad a hangover from your New Year's Eve parties. Does anyone have New Year's Eve parties anymore? I didn't go to a New Year's Eve party. I kind of miss New Year's Eve parties. So if you went to one, I hope it was wonderful. I hope your hangover isn't too severe. I hope it was worth it. If not, and you had a bit of a quiet New Year like we have, well, small blessings, I guess. Anyway, so what was the first card I drew? The first card I drew, what will be the defining energy for January 2023? Well, we have the 9 of Wands, and the 9 of Wands is a card that asks us for resilience. Now, as we can see on this card, we've got a fighter in a boxing ring who looks like he's already done 5 rounds and taken a few hits. And while he's not done yet, he's not exactly relishing the proposition of the next few rounds, but he's still in there fighting. And that's us. That's how we're going to feel. We're going to feel like we're a little bit punch drunk, but you know what? We're still in there. And that's really important. So resilience is really important this month. Stand your ground. Now there is a feeling of sort of anticipation, but wary anticipation in this card. So it's sort of going, well, what can they throw at us next? What is there that I should be prepared for? So there's sort of slight defensiveness and tiredness. And I think that's how we're going to continue to play out the coming months. So look, if what's happening in your life is still a bit challenging, just nothing more you can do than just keep going this month. It's going to be a month to just take a big deep breath and just kind of go, right, come on. No option but to carry on carrying on. So what should we embrace? Well, the Queen of Swords, and again another backing up of the message that there are no quick fixes. The Queen of Swords is the tough love queen. As we can see here, she's in a position of control. She's absolutely dominating the situation without sentiment. She's just getting the job done. And that's what we absolutely have to be guided by the month ahead. Now, if there are situations in your life at the moment which are a bit challenging, you're being asked to confront those situations with a lack of sentiment. So no drama. Cut any drama out of the mix. And if anybody is approaching you with drama, you are being asked to deal with it with calm, cool detachment. that's going to give you your absolute best result. The Queen of Swords gets the job done by not engaging in emotional stuff. Okay, tough love queen, that's what she is. But she doesn't sugarcoat anything. She gets to the heart of the practicality of the necessities that have to be dealt with. Now, the other thing, she's also called the Widow Queen in tarot because she's very much a bit of a single-handed approach. So she's not asking for help. She's not wanting things to be different than they are. She's not having her own preferences come to the fore. What she's doing is she's just dealing with things exactly as they are, and she's not trying to make them different. She's just dealing with the problems as they need to be dealt with in the best way to deal with them, with no emotional entanglement, no emotional perspective, just practical, cool-headed and practical. And that's going to be the best way forward this month. It's not great, it does feel a little bit gritty, but at least it gives us the approach by which we can get the best effect. So what will challenge us? What will challenge that approach? The Six of Swords, another swords card. So as we can see, not exactly warm and inviting in its energy. The Six of Swords is also known as transition. So as we can see on the card, we can see two figures, and they're in a boat traveling across a watery landscape to a destination which at the moment looks a bit indistinct. Now, that journey is not being made with any enthusiasm. It is a journey that's being made reluctantly and out of necessity. And it's almost like there's a bit of a sadness involved in that journey. Now, it's taking a long time. In tarot, water represents emotion. So there is an emotional undercurrent, and that emotional undercurrent is regret. So it is being made, it's a journey made through regret. It's not fabulous, but it's the only way that we can get to the destination. We may not know what the destination is, but we haven't got a choice. We've got to move forward, and that's the point. We have to move forward. We have to keep going, but it's slow and it's relentless, and it's not even a journey that we want to make, and that's the problem. That's what stalls us. With the Six of Swords, we are tempted to take shortcuts. We are tempted to try and, get out of it in any way we can to avoid the situation. Or we allow ourselves to be distracted in some way. It's not going to work. That's our challenge. Our challenge is to stay on track. Our challenge is to stay with this cool head, with this practical approach. It's a bit like a war mentality, isn't it? Keep calm, carry on. Don't descend into drama or catastrophizing or any kind of emotional blah. What we have to do is deal with the way things are. Now, what is our message from Spirit about all of this? And the message is the Five of Wands. Now, one of the things that comes up in tarot philosophy is the fact that things have to be destabilized sometimes, taken apart, in order so they can be put back together in a better and more serviceable form. And that's what's happening here. This is part of a process of destabilization, which is on a macro level, wider, and on a micro level in each of our lives, going to ask us to look at how we have put things together and what we must take apart and how we can rebuild it in a better, stronger, more sustainable form. Now, it's never pleasant. 5 is always challenging. It's always a process that we have to go through. So on an everyday life level, it's asking you to stand up for yourself, to stand up for what you want, to stand up for what you believe to be true, and fight your corner, fight for what's right, what you believe is right, but from a non-emotional perspective. Yes, so Five of Swords is, again, it's Five of Wands, again, is where we feel conflicted. Look at the two figures on the card. It's like two halves of the same coin. They are fighting each other, but we have to pick a side. We have to decide, okay, I might be conflicted, but the evidence says this. So this is what I'm going to battle for. Okay, this is our message from Spirit. We have to pick a side. We have to decide what we stand for, and then we have to go down that road. It is conflicting, but actually the process that we're going through will stand us in better stead moving forward. It's not easy. It's not a great way to be starting the new year, but it's not anything that any of us hasn't faced before. You know the saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? That's where we are. We are being reshaped, reformed, and things are changing. The process of change is never easy. So for all of us in our personal lives and in the wider capacity, we are all being forced to change in some way. And we have to decide how we're going to approach that. And as I say, pick a side. How are we going to do it? So those two figures, they each have an agenda, and those agendas don't sit comfortably together. And we have to decide what we're going to do and why. And we have to do it with a lack of sentiment and a lack of panic. Easier said than done. So that's a hell of a way to start the new year, guys. Let's see how this shapes up over the month ahead. I'm really hoping, as I'm sure are all of you, that 2023 finds itself on a better trajectory than 2022. But then I think we said that last year as well, didn't we? All I can do is be the reporter. Don't shoot the messenger here. I'm just delivering the news as it's given to me. So I hope that at least helps you. I hope that gives you a bit of a heads up, a bit of a signpost. And I will be seeing you during the next month. I enjoy doing these readings. They're fascinating. I hope you enjoy them too. I will see you soon. I'm always here for a reading if you need one. In the meantime, enjoy the month ahead. Stay warm, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.